Hey, I'm Kelly. Welcome to class. We will be working on strength training today with some heavier dumbbells if you have them. You should wear some sturdy athletic shoes, have a mat, which you should lay out right now, side onto me, like this. I'm going to be using some heavier dumbbells, so if you have something heavier, that would be great, because we want to focus on building bone and muscle today, and there are no shortcuts. So, keep some water handy for hydration, clear away your space, let's get warmed up. Bring your feet a little wider than your shoulders with your toes pointing straight ahead. Soften your knees and lengthen out through your waistline. Open your chest and drop your shoulders down and back. Hands on the thighs. Hinge at the hips. Hinge. Lift up. Press hips forward. Come up and roll the shoulders 2 times, big circles. Hinge at the hips. Lift up. Press hips forward. Lift up. Roll the shoulders 2 times. Let's do it one more time. Hinge. Lift. Press and open. Come up. Roll the shoulders 2 times. Hands on the thighs. Squat down and up. Let's do some squats to help warm up the lower body and generate some heat. These full body movements are going to be what we concentrate on today. 4 more. Nice and deep in a doable range of motion. Squat down. Now reach across to the left. Do the same to the right. Squat and reach. And reach. Working with heavier dumbbells is a really good stimulus for your bones. Much better than lighter dumbbells. So use dumbbells today that challenge you so that the last few reps are hard to do, but you can still do them with good form. Let's do this one more time each side. Reach side to side, reach across. Release the heel, move the whole body, including your hips. Pull back through your opposite elbow. Reach out level with the shoulder, thumb up. Let's do 8 more. 4, 3, 2, swing the arms, easy. Just relax the arms, shift your weight side to side. Now reach down, reach. Shifting side to side, reaching down, hinging at the hips. 4, 3, hold to the right. Now sit back, lift up. Other side, sit back and lift up. Warming up the groin muscles and stretching the inner thigh with that shift. Hold here, now turn your toes out. Squat down like a sumo wrestler, opening the knees. Now shift a little side to side. Press the knees open, drop the right shoulder down, look up over your left shoulder. Other side, drop the left shoulder down, look up over the right. Come back to the center, press the knees back, sink down and come up. Step in, circle your hips in one direction, circle your hips in the other direction. Now inhale, reach out to the side. Exhale, pull down and roll your shoulders back. Let's just warm up the shoulder girdle. Let's do 2 more. Okay, we are warmed up and ready to go. All you need is 1 heavier dumbbell. So something maybe a little heavier than what you're used to using. We're going to be doing each movement for about 40 seconds. So I'm going with my 12-pound dumbbell, so that's a little bit heavier than usual for me. Bring the dumbbell up to your chest in a goblet grip. Step your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders with your toes pointed, they're turned out to 10 and 2. Lift up and lengthen your spine, lift your chest and brace your core. Now squat down, opening the knees. Sumo squat and come up. I'm going to give you an option to take a break or keep going. Sit back and lift up. Open the knees. Good. Open the knees, sit back, keep your chest lifted. Now you can take a break, you can stop at any time, or you can keep going for these last couple of reps. Let's do one more. If you can, come up. Bring the dumbbell into your left hand. Kickstand your left foot, standing on the right leg. You've got 80% of your weight on the right leg. Soften your right knee. Bring your hand onto the front of the thigh to support. Hinge and row. Hinge at the hips. 2 rows. And then come up. Now this is a heavy dumbbell, but these are big muscles. And you're working them for 2 reps at a time. So courage. This is going to build some good muscle and some good bone in your upper body. Hinge. Row. Row. And come up. Take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. One more. Hinge. Row. Row. Good. Now I'm going to put that heavy dumbbell down and go with something just a fraction lighter. So if you've got something a little lighter, go with that. Keep it in the left hand. You can put your hand on the hip if you want. Lunge back and come up and do a bicep curl. Lunge and curl. Working with one dumbbell in some ways makes it more challenging to balance because it throws our balance off because it's asymmetrical. But it makes you work your core a little bit more, so you may feel that today. Lunge and curl. One more lunge and curl. All right, I'm going to put that down. Shake out the arm, roll the shoulder back, and pick up your heavier dumbbell again. If you don't have a heavier dumbbell, that's okay. Just work with what you've got, the heaviest you've got. All right, let's go back to the goblet squat. We're doing 2 sets of everything. Toes are turned out, feet are wider than the shoulders, chest up. Brace your core. Let's begin. Squat. Open the knees. Sit back. Push your heels into the floor to come up. Imagine you were trying to split the floor in half by pushing the feet apart each time you come up. Dig the heels in and come up. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. Push, take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. One more rep. And up. Bring the dumbbell into the right hand. Step your feet hip distance apart. Kickstand your right foot, standing on your left leg. 80% of your weight on the left. Chest up, soft knee, hand on the thigh. Hinge at the hip. Row. Row. If you haven't joined me, do it now. Hinge. Row. Row. Lift up tall. Hinge at the hips. Drive your elbow up. And lift up tall. Keep 80% of your weight on the left leg, but keep the left knee soft. Take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. This is our last rep. And come up. Good. You can put that heavy dumbbell down. Pick up your lighter dumbbell. It's in the right hand. Feet hip distance apart, ready for a real lunge and curl. Okay, here we go. Step back, curl up. Curl up. Strength training always makes me feel so powerful. I hope it's the same for you. I know it's challenging. I know it's challenging, but the challenge is good. The challenge changes you. You got opportunity to take a break or keep going if you can. One more. Okay. We're going back to our heavier dumbbell for our next set. 3 different moves, starting with a hinge, a deadlift. Bring the dumbbell into both hands. Separate your feet, about hip distance, soft knees, chest up. Brace your core muscles and lengthen your spine. Hinge at the hips and come up. Your core is braced. Your chest stays open, even though you're holding something in front of you. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Hinge at the hips. Sit back each time, like a slingshot. Draw the hips back so you feel your weight move towards the heel rather than the balls of the feet. You can take a break or you can keep going for one more rep. Okay, side lunge and row. Come to the left side and see if you can keep that heavy dumbbell. Side lunge to the right. Row, row, and step in. Ready? Join me now. Side lunge, hinge, row, row, and step in. Again, step out, hinge, row, row, and come in. Big step out, hinge, row, row, and coming in. Stand tall in between, hinge. Take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. We've got one more rep. All right, I'm gonna go slightly lighter. Same arm, same leg, different move. Crossover lunge with a bicep curl. So you cross and then you come up. You ready? Let's begin. Cross and come up. Cross back and come up tall. That's the way. Keep your hips square to the front. It's only a slight crossover. Lost my balance there. Just a slight crossover. Left knee is behind the right ankle. Hand comes up to the shoulder and rotates. Last one. And up. Okay. That dumbbell goes down. You're going to pick up your heavier dumbbell again if you've got it. No problem if you don't. Work with what you've got. Okay. Here's our second set. Starting with the hinge. Feet are hip distance, knees are soft, chest is lifted. Brace your core. Let's begin. Hinge and come up. Keep the back of your neck long by bringing your gaze down with you, so you're not looking forward or upwards as you hinge forward. Just let the head come along for the ride. Sit back through your hips. Your core is braced. You're finding some strength in the midsection. Take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. One more. Good. Now I'm going to put my heavy dumbbell beside my mat, ready for when we move to the floor. Oh, side lunge and row first. This side, had to think about that. All right, step to the right, lunge to the left, lunge, row, row, and push off. And push off. Big step, hinge, row, row, and come in. Sit back, drive the elbow up, push off. Take a break if you need to. Keep going for one more rep if you can. Row and come in. Okay, now I'm putting the dumbbell down, hinging at the hips, going slightly lighter. Crossover lunge with a bicep curl, working the bicep and the leg. Hand on the thigh. Here we go. Cross and up. Cross and up. Cross and come down and come up. Keep your hips square to the front. Come up tall in between. Turn your hands so your palm faces your shoulder. Done. Okay, I'm going to put that dumbbell down and go with 2 lighter dumbbells and 1 heavier dumbbell. Come to the floor. We've got a bridge first. Onto your side with your heavy dumbbell, onto your back. Okay, bend your knees, walk your heels in, flex the ankles, drive the hips and lower. Join in as soon as you're with me, as soon as you're here. It's a bit of a quick transition. Drive the hips high. Having strong, sturdy hips makes so many life movements easier. Down. Good. Now roll onto your side. Put that dumbbell down and pick up 2 lighter dumbbells for a chest press. Hips up. Keep the hips up. Dumbbells up. Lower the arms down and press up. Once you've seen it, look straight up so your neck can relax. Now you're lowering the arms so that the elbows are halfway between your sides and your shoulders. So the elbows don't come straight out to the side, they're down a little towards your hips. Press up. Keep your hips high. Take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. And press one more. And down, hips down. Roll onto your side and pick up your heavier dumbbell again for triceps. Bring the dumbbell up And then bring your feet off the floor like you're sitting in a chair. Bend your elbows, bring the hand down, drop one foot, and come up. Other leg. Join in with me now. Once you've seen it, look straight up, bend your elbows, lower the leg, and then lift the leg and straighten your arms. So you're working the core at the same time as your triceps. One more each side. Here's the last one. Good. Bring the dumbbell back onto your pelvis. Whew. We have one final set, and then we stretch. So you're on the home stretch. You're on the home stretch. Okay, hold on to the dumbbell. Flex your ankles so the balls of your feet lift up and just the heels are touching. Drive your heels down to lift the hips up, and slowly down. Press your heels down to drive the hips up. Hold and stabilize the dumbbell right on top of the bend of your hips. Point your tailbone away from you so you're lengthening through your lower back. Take a break if you need to. Finish this out if you can. Last one, and down. Good. Now roll onto your side, put that dumbbell down, and pick up your two lighter dumbbells. Chest press. Bring the dumbbells up. Lift your hips up into a static bridge. Bend your elbows and press. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Elbows just slightly flare. They're not straight down by your side, but they're just a little bit out to the side. That's easier on your shoulders. Hips are high. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you press up. Take a break if you need to. Keep going if you can. Let's do one more. And hips down. Roll onto your side. And pick up your heavier dumbbell. One last move. One last move. All right, dumbbell comes into both hands, carefully holding it above the head. Bend your elbows, lower one foot to the floor and straighten. Lift the leg as you straighten the arms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, brace your core. No movement in the torso. Last one. And feet down, roll onto your side and put the dumbbell down. Okay. Bring your hands out to the side, palms up. Lift the hips and open through the front of the hips. In this easy hip stretch. Lower the hips, take a hold of both legs, pull your knees in towards your torso, letting your tailbone curl up, stretching your low back. Release the left leg. Take the right leg and pull it in, flex the foot. Now, stretch up and bend. Again, up and bend. Two more. Stretching out the back of your thigh, back of the calf. Last one. And down. Now cross the ankle above the knee. Open the knee to the side and pick your left foot off the floor. Take your right hand through and around your left leg and pull that in. Stretching the hip. And release, uncross the ankles. Hands out to the side, lift the hips. Let's stretch out the front of the hips again. Relax your neck and shoulders. Lower the hips, take the knees, hug them in towards your torso, stretching out your low back, and release the right leg. Hold on to the left. Now, flex the foot, stretch up, and bend. 3 more times. And bend. Cross the ankle above the knee. Open the knee to the side, pick your right foot off the floor, reach your left hand through and around, taking a hold of your right leg, pull that in. Stretching out the hip on the left side. And slowly release. Roll onto your side and come up onto your forearm. And let's stretch out the front of your thigh. Okay, so bottom leg is bent in front of you. Take a hold of your shin, ankle, or foot and draw that back. And if you can't reach your foot, just place the leg behind you and press the hip forward. Now press your hip forward, keep the knee close to the floor, lift your chest and feel that opening through the front of your thigh and into the front of your hip. Good, release that, and let's go to the other side. Knee close to the floor. Gently draw the foot towards your rear, towards your bottom. Lift your chest. Press the hips forward and open the front of your thigh. Nice static stretch for your quadriceps, the fronts of your thighs, the muscles in the front of your thighs. Good. Release that and come up to standing. First of all, just come to all fours and then bring one leg forward. Tuck your toes under. Come up onto your thigh and press up and stop halfway. Stop halfway. Come into a semi-squat and then lift all the way up. All the way up. Let's rotate side to side. Easy rotation, just letting the arms swing. Let the arms just swing around and tap the side of the body as you stop rotating. Swivel the feet, rotate the hips. 2 more. 1 more each side. Very good. Shake out your arms, roll your shoulders back. Take your right arm across, draw it in. And roll the shoulder back. Left arm across. Draw it in, drop the shoulder. And roll the shoulder back. Now take both hands and reach them down towards your feet, pulling your shoulders down away from the ears. And in opposition, stand tall. Standing tall. Tilt your right ear over to your right shoulder and stretch the left side of your neck. And then flex the left wrist and push down through the heel of the hand, opening the side of the neck. And release, roll the shoulder back. Other side, first of all, reach down, tilt your left ear over to your left shoulder, and then flex your right wrist and push down through the heel of the right hand, stretching the right side of your neck, and lift up. Roll both shoulders back. Look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder, come back to the center. That's it. We built some valuable muscle and bone today. I hope you enjoyed this important class. Strength training and building muscle and bone is critical as we get older. So thanks for joining me. Can't wait to move with you again. Bye for now.